Hey y'all, it's me Azalea. You're watching my YouTube channel, WayCrunchy. Lately I've found more time to be outside and it has done my soul so well. I love fall, I love outside. I garden. I need to garden. I don't want to garden, I need to garden. And if I don't make time to garden, then I'm gonna have to make time to be sad. So I might as well make time to garden. Anyway, everything I feel like is looking a lot better out here. Ooh, let me show y'all. Y'all know I love pulling stuff up off the curb. I love garbage. I love a little dumpster dive. See, look at these beautiful solid wood shelves. Got them off a pile, the side of the street. Now, the problem with these shelves, the reason they're still outside instead of inside my home, I'm going to need to paint them, but they smell terrible. They smell like they were in a house that cooked a lot of greasy food and didn't have an exhaust fan. Smell like grease and cigarette smoke. It's like people who just smoked inside all the time, but also had a buildup of grease for like years, like rotten grease. Okay, enough about that. I'm gonna need to scrub that with some grease cutting dish soap. Anyway, I'm leaving it outside, letting it air. There's a million different places I could use that. I love shelves. This is what I call sunflower mulch. I'm the biggest fan, the biggest advocate, the biggest enthusiast of sunflowers you're gonna meet everywhere you go. Everywhere you go, plant sunflowers. Every year of your life, plant sunflowers. You can find a place. Anyway, I make mulch out of my sunflowers after they're done. I like to leave sunflowers up at the barn house. I used to get yellow finches and they loved coming in and eating the sunflowers, but I haven't had any birds come and eat these sunflower seeds yet. So John does have a bird feeding station in the backyard where he's been feeding birds. So I can put the sunflower seeds at his station, kind of harvest them up, spread them throughout the winter. Now this is my idea of a relaxing chore. I cut up the stems and leaves, and when they're dry, they crumble. So all the sunflower stems have like a spongy interior and a woody exterior, it's like a reed. So all this stuff in the middle, you can actually poke this out from in the middle and have little tubes, which is great for insect hotels. So that's one thing you can use sunflower stems for, is if you're into like insect hotels. But I need mulch. I need so much mulch on this property that I made sunflower mulch. And then the seeds are saved for critters. So this is the entranceway. I started this side garden, before we moved in. But I have expanded into a little garden right here to circle through this little entrance up to the house. So I have lavender in here, rosemary, echinacea, and then I have put a bunch of daffodil bulbs down in this soil. So that's going to be beautiful when it comes up in the spring. And you can see I've already started mulching with sticks. Now I'm going to add some sunflower mulch. Use what you got, y'all. Alright, so I got some of my sunflowers that are no longer blooming. They're done blooming. Everything else blooming we need to leave where it's at because it is beautifying the world and helping the pollinators. Bees love these things. Anyway, I'm going to take these and make some more sunflower mulch. Now I'll take the leaves that are still green and I'll stack them up, fold them over, chop them too. They look like a cat peeing in a litter box.
I think after you mix it, you're supposed to let it sit to let the water saturate everything.
That makes sense.
Oh yeah. How's it feel?
Thick.
You want a little more water?
Let me give it a second.
Put some on the trowel. See how it sits.
Huckleberry, we gotta fix some things up. You be a good boy. You can play truck. You can play truck. I'm so excited to fill this possum hole. We've had possums crawling into our basement. And I'm so excited to be back into the world of home renovation and repairs with John. It really feels romantic. We have taken such a break from house fixing for like 6 months.
Most of the year.
7 months.
We were doing house fixing in
8 months.
April.
Yeah, we've taken a break from house fixing after it being pretty much our whole life. And so it just feels so strange but familiar and romantic and sentimental, and it feels amazing actually to be back at it. So this hole is where our pipes come into the house, but this hole is also how the possums come into our house and walk in our floors. John has encountered the possums a lot. Personally, I'm usually asleep when there's a possum encounter.
They're friendly, but sometimes two come in at once and they argue.
Alright, y'all. See, I got a little mortar, a little cement in there. Now, I've got a brick, the perfect size to smush into that location. Y'all, I made a little brick wall. John, do you think it looks good?
Oh yeah.
What do you think the possums will say?
I think they'll be a little aggravated.
I think they just like being in here. Like, that's their only motivation for coming in. They just like it.
Mm-hmm.
Can y'all believe I just made a little wall? Look. I can brick things up. Y'all, as usual, house fixing is just the most, like, empowering thing. And, you know, we got the house for $20,000, and that's $10,000 a piece. And now we live here. We got a fully habitable, even rentable or sellable house here. And but one of the things, it's not just that we paid that for the house, we paid it for the experiential learning. So it's kind of like getting a college education. Like, we both went to college, and, like, I studied English, but now we're in, like, the school of house fixing through experiential learning. And it's absolutely as educational for me as college education was. Like, just the wide variety of skills and things, and it's just been great. It feels good to be house fixing again.